And down to the start now of the Thames Challenge Cup. In the Bark Station, the Tideway Scullers School, and in the Buck Station, Riverside Boat Club from the USA. We have a huge contingent of American clubs or US clubs here competing at Henley this year, more than 60 crews, which is incredible.
And I guess you wonder whether the Americans, Australians and New Zealanders, they've travelled so far, you wonder if there's that little bit more on the line for them as they're racing here, because they've made the journey to get here.
Yeah, it's such a big thing to come to Henley, and the fundraising and everything that goes into it. And of course, the most important part, the preparation and these crews getting together and really, I guess, being a peak for the season to come across to an event like Henley to qualify and then to put it all on the line. But it is the crew from the Tideway Scullers School on the right-hand side of your screen who I think has just a marginal lead over the Riverside Boat Club crew from the USA in the blue and white rowing suits on the left-hand side of your screen with the matching blades.
Yeah, just looking strong in the water actually from the Tideway Scullers. They've got a good shove when the blades go in.
And going through these crews from Riverside Boat Club, in the bow seat, Graham Calloway, two-seat Xavier Morell, Jonathan Dwyer, Cal Brooks, James Leach, Alex Brown, Bradford Sherman, Charles Wu, and the coxswain Sarah Ivy. They're sitting about half a length down at the moment on the Tideway Scullers School, but this is certainly not over. Perhaps even a little push there from the US crew. In the Tideway Scullers crew, R. Hogan, Sean Blake, Nick Marriott, Jay Dudenberg, Edward Beckett, Kieran Brown, Robert Hodgson, S. Anderson, and Ruud McPhee.
Yeah, I think just as we were going through that roll call, I think there was just a change, a push, and I think the Americans probably got back about 2 feet. So it's getting closer.
Like we just saw in the Forley in the race before, such tight racing for the Wednesday. In previous years, we might have seen more easily verdicts on the first day of racing, but not this year. The strength of these crews in so many of the events has been amazing all day.
And to know that you're going to have to sit at the start line of every race, not just the last couple of races, and you're going to have to sit on the start line knowing that this is going to be a race to the line, or expecting a race to the line, and having to be fit enough to race day after day is another big thing. I wonder what the coxswains are saying now to their crews as they look like they're drawing up on each other.
It does look like the US crew has taken their striking up maybe just a pip. Really staying in touch here. And look at the Tideway Scullers crew. You can see in the 6th seat there in the middle of the boat, the powerhouse. They're really wrenching on every stroke, trying not to give up any of this lead that they got early in the race.
Yeah, Tideway Scullers really responded actually. You can just see them, that power through the water, which could have faded off as the other crew made a move, but actually they've just responded by adding, especially the middle 4 in the boat there. You can see them drive that hips opening really strongly through the back end there.
And this is what it's about in the 8. It's loud, it's furious. I mean, it looks calm on TV, and I always hate that because I know how loud and how crazy it seems when you're in the middle of the boat. And these guys right now would just be locking into the voice of the coxswain, responding to every call together. They know that it's coming down to the wire as they're reaching the enclosures. You just want to get everything out of the crew and not die wondering here.
And this is the moment where the coxswains really come into their own. I meet a lot of people who say, oh, the coxswains just steer, don't they? And the times that I've raced in the 8s are the times where I've realised how much they add value to it's not just the steering, it's moments like this where there are decisions where you've just got this big machine moving in front of you and it's your job to get them across the line first.
And that was a huge move that you called, Helen, earlier in the race with the Tideway Scullers School. They did respond to the big push that came from Riverside Boat Club from the USA, and it will be the Tideway Scullers School that will go through. Unfortunately, the Riverside Boat Club crew from the USA travelled all the way over, but they're out on day 1. But what a race. They'll go home proud of their performance today.
Yeah, absolutely. To be able to put down such a tight race and to have a couple of opportunities in the middle where they made ground back, they've got to be pleased with that.